2024 hair lessons, 2025 hair goals. Good morning. For those of you who don't know, my name is Maya Karen. I run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how to style, and now natural hair care and hair care topics. If you are into any of those things, please consider subscribing to my channel. Click the notification bell. That way you will never miss a video. So today's video, we are going to get right into it. First, I will go through my 2024 hair lessons, and then I will go through my 2025 hair goals. Okay, so the very first lesson for 2024 is moisture. And I spoke about this in a previous video for this Vlogmas, but moisture. Moisture, moisture, moisture. I cannot express to you how 2024, and when it comes to moisture, how my hair care journey along with the Chebe has been amazing. Keeping my hair moisturized, not allowing my hair to dry out, I have seen amazing benefits. The first thing that I have noticed is that my hair tangles less. I think that because it's moisturized and it has products, it just kind of allows the hairs, the individual hairs, just kind of allow one another to pass by. The second thing is that even on wash day, I noticed that my wash day is quicker, and especially when it comes to detangling, I'm not necessarily fighting with my hair. And like I just said, moisture. Moisture, moisture, moisture. I find it is so much easier to work with my hair when it is moisturized. And keeping my hair moisturized has allowed me to retain more, I would probably say 95% of my length. I will link that video down below about my last trim. There were basically no split ends. I think she cut like half of an inch. I'll link the video down below. The second thing that I have come to realize is trims. I am a natural trim girl all the way down. I understand it has become quite of a controversial and a debatable subject, but I will for always be a trim girl, or a trimming natural girly. I just see the benefit in it, and it's kind of the same thing with the moisture. When my ends are trimmed, y'all know I'm a little anal about my ends. I like them to be blunt and thick, and you can see that with the story about my nape area. But when it comes to my hair being trimmed, I notice again that my hair is easier to manage. There are less tangles, and my curls are actually way more defined. The goal, you guys know that I got my hair trimmed, I believe in October. She didn't really see any split ends, so we're going to push that out to 3.5, and then come January, if it's the same situation or the same results, I'm going to push it to 4. My goal is to do it 4 times a year. Excuse me, my goal is to do every 4 months, which would be 3 times a year. The next one is going to be stretched hair. 2024 is really the first time since I have been natural, and I went natural December 22nd of 2012, since I was consistently or on a consistent basis stretching my hair. And that will kind of segue us into the next tip or the next realization. So these two are interchangeable, so I'll just couple them together. With keeping my hair stretched, and I've heard people say this, I didn't really realize how significantly it would reduce these single strand knots, especially when we're talking about jumbo twists and when we're talking about mini twists. Keeping my hair stretched along with lesser tangles, that makes sense. Your hair is not curling upon itself, but keeping my hair stretched has reduced single strand knots significantly. And when I mean significantly, you guys know that I am on a Chebe journey. I redo my Chebe powder every 5 to 6 days. I redo my Chebe grease every 4 days. I have noticed that whenever, more so, because my hair is not coated in Chebe powder. More so with the Chebe grease, I have noticed that when I'm looking at my ends, because I make sure that I pay special attention to my ends and I seal my ends, I noticed that maybe within 5 or 6 jumbo sections or jumbo twists, there may be 1 or 2 single strand knots. So I will say for me, stretched hair has been a game changer when it comes to single strand knots. There are some naturals, you talk to them about single strand knots and they say, single strand knot who, where? I am not one of those naturals, but I have noticed with stretched hair that single strand knots have been greatly reduced. Also, on wash days, my detangling session, and I'm going to talk about the discontinuation of that as well, but I have noticed that with my detangling sessions on my wash days, the time or the amount of time it takes me to detangle my hair has been reduced as well. And since I brought up stretched hair, let's talk about the Rev Air. You guys know that I attempted to use the Rev Air in 2023. We were not friends. So since I spent $500 on this device, I said to myself, I'm going to use it. I have now started using it on the cool setting. I absolutely love it. For me, the purpose of stretched hair or stretching my hair, I just want my hair to be stretched and I want it to be dry so it's not curling upon itself. I don't like bone straight hair. I don't really like hair. Y'all know I love big hair. I love volume. I'm saying that to say that if you are someone who does not want heat damage and you want to try the Rev Air, I would suggest to you to try it on the cool setting. I do want you to keep in mind 3 things though. Excuse me. The first one is that it's going to take longer when it's on the cool setting for your hair to be stretched and for it to be dry. That's a given. The next one is that although your hair is going to be stretched, there's still going to be some texture in it. What do I mean by that? My hair is going to be stretched, but even within that section, there are going to be pieces that are going to have waves, but they're going to be elongated. They're going to be very stretched out. So just keep that in mind. If you are looking for like bone straight, or if you are looking for straight, stretched hair to the max, you're not going to get it on the cool setting. And then the third thing is because you are stretching your hair on cool air, it's going to be shorter than if you were going to stretch it with heat. The next one, let's talk about braids versus twists. If you were on Instagram or if you watch my YouTube shorts, I did an experiment with the Chebe powder, and I think I also did it with the grease, but on one side of my head I braided my hair and then I applied, and on the other side I twisted my hair and then I applied. My goal with that was to see if the twisted side would retain as much moisture as the braided side. It did not. Wishful thinking, but I did that because I wanted to return back to my twist. And I know I'm getting ready to sound crazy when I say this, but if you've been a part of my community, then you know that I think that braids make me look and make me feel bald. So I was hoping with that experiment that the twist would still remain or retain the same amount of moisture as the braids, and it just wasn't so. What I will also say is that when it comes to braids, and this is me specifically, I notice when it comes to braids, not only does my hair hold more moisture, but I have less tangles, and also with my braid out, it is more defined than a twist out. So unfortunately for me, braids for the win. However, we will get to that in my 2025 goals. I love twists, especially loose twists. Once the Chebe journey is over, I'm returning back to twists, but I just wanted to let y'all know that. The next one, in 2024, I just started to stop using detangling tools. More specifically, I was using, and I always make this emphasis because it is important, I was using the thick and curly tangle teaser. I stopped, I believe, in April of this year. And to be quite honest, I have not had any issues. The reason why, and I will link both of the videos down below. I have my reasons why video, and then I think I have like a 3-month update video of the discontinuation of detangling tools. The reason why for me is because although the thick and curly tangle teaser is a great tool for detangling, me personally, I sat down one day and I just thought about how many times I was actually picking it up during my wash day, and it was very excessive to me. So I said, you know what, for the remainder of 2024, I am going to stop using the detangling tool, and I really haven't had any issues. Are my detangling sessions longer? Yes. But because I have kept my hair stretched, because I deep condition, and because I keep my hair moisturized, it's still not long, or it's still not very long. Finger detangling is going to take longer than with a tool, but it just allows me to play in my hair, and it allows me to love on my hair, and it allows me to get closer or to get a deeper connection with my hair, okay? So more than likely what I will do in 2025 is I will probably just use the detangling tool or the thick and curly tangle teaser a couple of times during my wash day. You guys know I wash my hair every 2 weeks, and then moving forward or up until the next wash day, I will just finger detangle. The next one is going to be a scalp oil. So I'm going to name this company. We're all very aware of what's going on, but I'm naming this company because this was my last experience with scalp oils. So In 2023, when the Mael Rosemary Mint Oil went viral, I tried it. Tore my scalp up, okay? I'm in Target, I realize or I see that they have a lighter version. I tried that as well, 24, 48 hours, my scalp is on fire. This for me personally, I understand other people are having issues with it, but this for me personally is not necessarily about Mael. Come to find out that in both of those formulas, there is sweet almond oil. I have self-diagnosed myself that I am allergic to sweet almond oil because that was the fifth and sixth product that I personally had tried that has sweet almond oil in it, and my scalp has been torn up. So it's not a knock to Mael, but I mentioned it because that is the scalp oil that I used. And then after that, I saw that Camille Rose also had a rosemary mint oil, scalp oil. I love Camille Rose. Whenever I do my mini twist, I always use the almond joy twisting butter. So this is not a knock to Camille Rose, but come to find out, I turned it over and it has sweet almond oil in it. So I said for 2024 that I was going to give my scalp a break. And quite honestly, what I will say is that my scalp has not missed a beat. My scalp is not dry. Now, we all know that naturally we all produce I was gonna say an ingredient, but we all produce a sebum. Natural Green Beauty, I will link her video down below. Love her content. But she talks about the scooping method. Now, I don't know what's going on with my sebum, and maybe I have just not scooped it or I can't see it on my scalp, but I don't see any, but I know it's there. And like I said, maybe I'm just not scooping rightly or I'm not doing it correctly. My scalp is not dry, but I don't want to get to that point. I'm saying this to say that in 2024, especially what was going on with Mael, I feel like a lot of people are looking for transparency. So I did have a company reach out to me and they are going to be sending me the scalp oil. I am going to do a whole video about all of the ingredients because I looked up every single one. You guys know what I believe, especially now, about being transparent about what I am bringing to you. So we are going to break that scalp oil down, and I actually love a lot of the things in it. That video is coming once it gets to me, but I'm saying that because there are a lot of companies that are beginning to come out with scalp oils. There are a lot of companies that are beginning to come out with hair growth oils and things like that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I have also done my own DIY with Bing Raj powder. I'm saying that to say, I think in 2025, what I am probably going to be doing is it's probably going to be a wash day scalp treatment. I think for me right now, and I might just do it for the first half of 2025. I think I'm just going to apply it, let it sit anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes, wash it out, and then continue with my wash day. There has been some information that has come out that we are not necessarily supposed to leave the oil on our scalp until our next wash day. And you guys heard me say earlier that for me, that's every 2 weeks. There is also something called the comedogenic scale, and we all know that we've had our bout with coconut oil. Coconut oil is a 4 on that scale, which means it has a high potential to clog your pores. So I think for me, especially in the beginning of 2025, I think it's just going to be a scalp treatment. And my last takeaway for 2024 is going to be consistency. I know people are tired of hearing it, and this really follows suit with anything in your life, especially if you are trying to achieve something. Consistency. Consistency is key. If you do not take anything else away from this video, I want you to keep in mind consistency and moisture. Keeping my hair moisturized consistently, I have seen beautiful results. Get a hair care regimen. It can be very simple. Y'all know any tips that I give you are not complicated. Get a hair care regimen. Stick with it, be consistent. If you fall off the bandwagon, just hop right back on. Okay, now let's move into my 2025 hair goals. And the very first one is just going to be thicker hair. Y'all know that I love big hair. Y'all know that I love thick hair. Give me more and more and more and more thickness. I'm trying to think of her name. I will link her information down below. She is a twin. And excuse me if I'm not pronouncing her name correctly. They both have gorgeous 4C hair. I believe it's Cipriani, or I believe that's what it is. I believe that they are twins. And I'm pretty sure y'all know who I'm talking about. And of course, they were harassed for their hair when they were little, but now they have come to love it. Give me hair like that, and I'm good to go. The second goal, of course, is going to be length retention. And I have seen, again, with the moisture and with the consistency and with my simple hair care routine, I have seen that I can retain length, and quite vigorously if I do it properly, especially when it comes to the Chebe. So we can couple that with my length goal. So basically my length goal is that when I stretch my hair with the Rev Air on the cool setting, I want my hair to come wherever I'm sitting, I want it to be able to touch the floor or the chair wherever I'm sitting, put it into braids or put it into twists, and I think just wrapping it around my head would look so pretty. Low manipulation, low manipulation, low manipulation, okay? The next goal is going to, I think for 2025, and I said this earlier, so I'm going to be quick, I think I'm just going to move to just on wash days, detangling with a detangling tool once or twice during that wash day, and then moving forward until my next wash day, it'll just be with my fingers. The next goal, and this is more so just a continuation, but in a different way. I'm going to change the way that I use it. Chebe. If you have been a part of my community since May, I said I was going to go on a Chebe journey for a year. So I started in I started in March of 2024. So I will go all the way up until March of 2025. After that, simply because of the benefits that I have seen for Chebe, a lot of people are asking me about Batana. I will be looking at that. But simply me seeing the benefits that I have seen with Chebe, for the foreseeable future, it's going to be incorporated into my hair care regimen somewhere. Whether it's the grease that I am currently using from Odara Naturals, I will link that down below. I do have a code for y'all. Whether it's a DIY oil that I make, a cream, a butter, something. I will probably discontinue using it the traditional way because it is messy, it is restricted, and it is very time consuming. But for the foreseeable future, Chebe is going to be incorporated into my hair care journey. I'm just going to change the way that I use it. And then my last goal or my last thought for 2025, I was on Curl Code Black's Instagram and on her YouTube. I will link that down below. I believe it's also Ashley Massey. And then I was on Pinterest looking for festive hairstyles for a previous video. I miss my mini twist, y'all. I really do. I miss my mini twist. I like jumbo mini twists, but I miss my mini twist. So I'm thinking maybe in 2025, I'm going to change the way that I do it. I do want to go to African Hair God or Narada to just get it done, maybe like professionally once, just to see. But Curl Code Black, she actually stretches her hair and then she applies or then she installs her mini twist. So probably for the first half of 2025, just to see how it goes, I think I'm going to go back to my mini twists. They are so easy. Whenever I do my mini twist, I just treat it as normal hair and I style as usual. Also, whenever someone asks me how I retained my length, I will always tell them mini twist. Mini twists helped me get to waist length the first time, okay? So those were my 2024 hair lessons, my 2025 hair goals. If you have any questions, leave them down below. For 2025, tell me your hair goals. I just want to remind you here on YouTube, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And of course, right here or right here, I'll put my Instagram handle. Happy holidays, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.